Roots Up. CIUT 89.5 FM. Toronto.
The easiest way is to begin by listening. If you simply close your eyes and allow yourself to hear all the sounds going on around you. Where do the sounds come from? Really listen. Can you hear the past? Can you hear the future? Dig that sound. Dig that sound. You won't have any images about the sound going on in your mind. You'll simply become completely absorbed in sound. Just listen to the general hum and buzz of the world. Don't try to identify the sounds you're hearing. Simply allow them to play with your eardrums. Let them go. Don't judge the sounds. There are no proper sounds or improper sounds. You don't have to try to understand anything. Just listen to the sound. It's all just sound.
Yes, indeed. Touching down on a Thursday morning. Welcome to Moving in the Right Direction Radio right here, right now, with your programmer and host, yours truly, David James, rocking your radio on a Thursday morning. Starting off with some uplifting, hands in the air house music, and we certainly need that. All kinds of global issues happening, but we're here to cast a spell away from that this morning. Between now and 10 o'clock in the morning, we're waking up with JaBig from Montreal, who will be in town this Saturday night alongside dConcept at Casablanca. We got tickets to give away, plus we have JaBig on the show. Yes, we'll be chatting with him, Russell, and dConcept. Brand new music, Rod Allen in the house once again, producing up a storm these days. We'll be having music from him, plus music from Strawberry, LF System, brand new stuff from them. At Jazz, Age of Love, Karma Child, and Made For, Cassium with a great new track, Jamie XX Justice, plus a world radio premiere right here in this radio station on a Thursday morning, a little later on from Adam Bear. We're going to rock your radio. Turn it up real loud. Honk your horn if you're out there. We'll be giving shout-outs a little later on. Once again, it's Moving in the Right Direction Radio, 89.5 FM, CIUT.FM on the international line, iHeartRadio everywhere.
If you want me, no, it's not a problem. If you care, no, it's not a problem. That you want me, no, it's not a problem. Oh, no, babe. 'Cause my love is the answer to your prayer. 'Cause my love is the answer to your prayer. Out of my see, we all are a lot alike. The pursuit of happiness is a basic right. The right to live with dignity. Why would anybody want to take that from me? How about I respect you and you respect me? And together like love, laughter, and liberty. I expect that. I want that. For everybody. You be you, let me be me. Everybody wants equality, free to love, free to give. I just wanna live, that's what I live. Everybody wants to be free, wants to be free. Everybody wants to be free, wants to be free. Living in desperation, searching for a better situation. I feel the only way out is to change the things I think about. I wish that it was that easy. It's getting hard dealing with reality. Trying to escape, to find a way. Hoping, wishing for what I do. You and you, let me be you. All I need is equality. Free to love, free to give. I just wanna live the life I need. Everybody wants to be free, wants to be free. Everybody wants to be free, wants to be free. Everybody wants to be free. Everybody just wants to be free. Everybody wants to be free. Everybody wants to be free, wants to be free. Everybody wants to be free. Everybody wants to be free, wants to be free. Everybody wants to be free, wants to be free. Everybody love somebody. Everybody
Yes. Warming things up nicely. Some hands in the air house music to start off the program today. Once again, just want to recap what we're going to be playing today and getting into and all that kind of stuff. We're going to be waking up with JaBig from Montreal. He's in town this Saturday. We've got tickets to give away for that. He'll be at Casablanca. New music from Ron Allen. Music from Strawberry, Karma, and Made For in the mix. Kazma, LF System at Jazz, Age of Love, Jamie XX, Justice Plus, in celebration of the return to Toronto of Rochelle Fleming, the vocals, the voice, the diva of First Choice in town for the Twilight Zone reunion party, the annual Thanksgiving jam happening at Revival this Saturday. And we're going to be playing some music. You might know First Choice from Dr. Love, Love Thang, Armed and Dangerous, so many more hits. We're going to be dropping those selections a little later on too, so hold tight for that. It's well worth it. Let's get back into some brand new music from Keys and Crates. Check it out. It goes like this.
people were dancing. And the people were dancing.
Sounds of brand new music from Keys and Crates on this amazing Thursday morning. People were dancing. Yeah, no doubt about it. I know you're dancing on this beautiful Thursday. It's a little chilly. The chill is beginning to set in. It's crisp, but feels fresh, that's for sure, for this early October morning. Up next, music from Kizza. Goes like this. Yeah, one of my picks of the month, that's for sure. Not just the day, but the month. Kism in the background, coming into the mix. Something released a few months ago from Mr. Demir, DJ Sneak. Goes like this.
Or imagine that you've heard music in outer space, and I want you, one by one, to give me a sound that you think might be accurate in terms of music in outer space. Let me hear your idea of the music.
100%, 1000% classic in the mix right now from 1997. DJ Sneak, You Can't Hide From Your Bud, right here on a Thursday morning. We're going to shift into a drum and bass situation with music from Pola and Bryson to kick things off. Still to come, JaBig out of Montreal. He's in town Saturday. We got tickets to give away. We're going to be paying tribute to Rochelle Fleming, the lead vocalist from First Choice. Will be in town. A legendary, absolutely legendary, once in a lifetime, I think in some cases. Rochelle Fleming will be performing live as part of the Twilight Zone reunion on Saturday. Big weekend coming up. It's a long weekend. We're getting your long weekend started right a day early. That's how we do it right here on CIUT 89.5. We're moving in the right direction. Keep it locked.
Take it to the waterfall, take it with you underground, where time slows down. Take it to the waterfall, take it with you underground, where time slows down, down, down.
Can you tell me? Whoa. Tell me what you gonna do, son boy. Bout you run, come call me. Make sure you can play with. Hey, bout you run, come call me. Make sure you can play. Promoter want a son where you laugh. Make sure the champion get him mask. So me say, give me mask, give me the mask, give me mask. Me no one game cross. Give them some water in the drinking glass. The champion a play and we are the bigger boss. But I them run come call way. Make sure you can play me. Hey, but you run come call way. Make sure you can play way. Promoter want a son where you laugh. Make sure the champion get him mask. So me say, promoter want a son where you laugh. Make sure the champion get him mask. So me say. Make sure the champion get him mask, yeah. Promoter want a son where you laugh. Make sure the champion get him mask. So me say, some boy come and dance and a try. But tonight no them nah get no blind. Serious thing coming not tell lie. Don't follow fool me no sell some. Put on a tune and a son boy a cry. Lord me keep warning and telling say, but you run come call me. Make sure you can play with. Hey, but you run come call me. Make sure you can play with. Hey, but you run come call me. Make sure you can play with. Promoter want a son where you laugh. Make sure the champion get him mask. Hear me say, promoter want a son where you laugh. Make sure the champion get him mask. Hear me say. Make sure the champion get him mask, yeah. Promoter want a son where you laugh. Make sure the champion get him mask. So me say.
The name of the track is Sound War. Yes, we're doing war and damage on your speakers this morning. Hope you're feeling all right. Marcus Visionary, Bunny General in the mix. Coming up, Ashton, DJ Quick Lung, a big Move in the Right Direction favorite. Keep it in the drum and bass mode. Still to come, JaBig after 8 o'clock in the morning. He's in town this Saturday. We got tickets to give away. We got skill testing question. Listen to the interview very closely. It's my suggestion. Yeah. Music from Rochelle Fleming in town this weekend as part of the Twilight Zone reunion. Respect to the Asun Brothers at Revival. We're playing tracks from her. Of course, the lead vocals from First Choice, still going strong. Cassium, music from Cassium, music from Ron Allen, so much more. We go to 10. Up next, the legendary UK vocalist Omar.
Don't see me cry. It gets me when I fall. When I'm with you, cry. Don't see me cry. It gets me when I fall. When I'm with you, don't see me cry. You catch me when I fall. When I'm with you, you catch me when I fall. Don't see me cry.
The sounds of Omar, Metalheads, drum and bass style, UK style, drum and bass right here on a Thursday morning. A track called Don't Cry. Before that, Ashton, DJ Quickalon, Ragamuffin Soldiers. Sound Wars, Marcus Visionary, Bunny General, Polo and Bryson, Waterfall, DJ Sneak, you can't find Bud. You can't hide Bud. You can't find it either sometimes. Demir, The Music in Space, Keys and Crates, Remarkable, People Were Dancing, Robin S. I want to thank you, going back to the 90s, 10 City Legends, Be Free, starting off the show, Bless Madonna, Daniel Wilson, Count on My Love, Shout Out Time, Daniel, Wayne, Austin in the house, yes, most definitely. Shout out to Toronto, Joey, yes, also to Marcus Gold, and we got Christopher Clearance and Joshua Sin, the hottest tag team in Southern Ontario Pro Wrestling. Yes, there we go. How about a rave at a wrestling event? Yes, we might have something cooking there. Once again, Moving in the Right Direction Radio coming up after 8 o'clock. JaBig. Let's get back into the music, shall we?
Up and down, life go like a merry-go, never lose your soul. I've been high up and I've been low, but keep on real from my head to toe. Where I switch and become the scratcher, everybody they be like, whoa. I be diamond inside the dirt, where they find this out when they digging coal. Keep moving, practicing and improving. You go soon hit your target, aim go be like sniper, we zooming. the scene and improving. You go soon hit your target, aim go be like sniper way zooming. No pain, no gain, not the way like be. You think you never come easy. When you go through the trenches, you go find yourself out finally free. No pain, no gain, not the way like be. You think you never come easy. When you go through the trenches, you go find yourself out finally free.
I've been on my own for so long. For so long. I've been on my own for so long. Be strong, ain't gonna bring you joy. 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 Ain't gonna bring you joy.
I'll turn my tears into laughter. Now peace and joy a day after. I'm grateful for all the pain. It made me get off character. I stand alone on my 10 toes. Protected like I wear shell toes. I know say they nothing harm me. As long as I keep my heart clean. Up and down life goes. Up and down life goes. Up and down, up and down. Up and down, up and down. Up and down life goes. No, a man go feed by my soul.
For so long. For so long. I've been on my own for so long. Ain't gonna bring you joy. Ain't gonna bring you joy. Ain't gonna bring you joy. Ain't gonna bring you joy.
Don't you wanna feel the love? Let the music set you free. Don't you wanna feel the love? Let the music set you free. Don't you wanna feel the love? Let the music set you free. Don't you wanna feel the love? Let the music set you free. Don't you wanna feel the love? Let the music set you free. Don't you wanna feel the love? Let the music set you free. Don't you wanna feel the love? Let the music set you free. Don't you wanna feel the love? Let the music set you free. Someone could be blessed by your life. So much you can try to love more. It's why you always try to love more. It's why we do.
He was a protege of Brian Eno, and he's done massive things. Recently performed at the Scotiabank Centre in Toronto for 2 nights last Thursday and Friday. Fred again, Brian Eno in collaboration as we close out our number 1. Much more to come. Keep it locked.
Attention students, are you feeling overwhelmed? Do you need a more flexible schedule? Athabasca University has you covered. AU offers over 850 online courses designed to fit your needs. That's 850 opportunities to earn credits that seamlessly transfer back into your program. Improve your GPA, explore new subjects, and study from anywhere. Visit athabascau.ca to browse our online courses and transform your academic journey.
From the roots up, CIUT 89.5 FM, Toronto.
We regret to inform you, your wings won't take flight. From Paris to Toronto, you're grounded tonight.
Most definitely, he's back at it again. Stranded in Paris, Mr. Ron Allen, Strobe Recordings, 30 plus years in the game. Love this one. Absolute amazing. Going to be a classic, I think. JaBig coming up very soon. Hold tight for that. Sounds of Jaxopoulos in the background. Coming into the mix, brand new music released this week. Fresh out of the box from Cassium. In a few minutes, JaBig from Montreal in the house. Welcome to Moving the Right Direction Radio. I have three players here who I'm really excited to be chatting with about an event happening this Saturday at Casablanca. It's the long weekend. It seems like we just had a long weekend. Time is flying by, but we'll take the long weekend. It's Thanksgiving long weekend. JaBig in town from Montreal. We got Russell and Davidson also here. JaBig is also on the line. And thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I guess we'll start maybe Davidson a little bit of chatting here about how you got together with Russell and JaBig from Montreal. How did this come together?
Yeah, so we did a party about 5 years ago with the Jazz Jones crew. Jeremiah, Nigel, Paul Knight was part of that as well. Ronnie.
Oh, Ronnie.
Who you interviewed actually last month for a party we did. DJ Ranjan, and also Gene and his lady, also Erica, were part of that one as well. So it was great. We did it at Wela. It was very successful. It was, I think it's the first official event that Ja did in Toronto, I believe. Is that right, Ja? I believe?
Yes, it was the first.
Yeah, so it worked out really well. It was just before the pandemic. So I like to say the world changed after our event. And it was quite.
It was that big. Shut it down. Shut it down.
You know, I got to do my thing, which is, percussion is my heart in a certain way, and I got to DJ and drum that night, and then I got to play with Ja, and that was great too, and it was a nice vibe. Everybody enjoyed it. My cousin Russell was there.
Oh, I definitely enjoyed it.
Yeah, So. That was the initial, that was the thing. We were, and Russell and I have been talking over the years about seeing if we could bring him back again. And the timing was kind of, a little bit wonky as he was traveling to Europe and different things. And then now everything just kind of clicked. So we decided to go for it. And here we are.
And Russell, you have a history in Toronto of events going back to some of the original venues. And I think, where, there's different phases. Generations of how this kind of all evolved, but you were certainly there near the beginning. So tell us a little bit about your history.
I was throwing parties with a couple of friends of mine who were also in the scene, and there was we were doing the Claremont, and then the other one was just basically it was 23 Hop, and then DJs I had Kevin Williams, I think it was what was it? Peanut Tyrone, and then there was also kind of JMK stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then also they weren't official parties, but then there was a house I was living at, and we were having all these big parties there. It was kind of like an after hours vibe, and then I was getting a lot of DJs also come there and stuff like that. And so I think I'm known well in the scene. Well, I used to be known in the scene, but. Yeah, those parties they were good parties, successful parties, fun parties. It's funny when you go on the street and you talk to people from back in the day, and they say, "Oh, there was this party on Broadview and Gerrard," and then you're like, yeah, those were my parties and stuff like that. So it's
Plus, I asked around, and yeah, you are still known.
Yeah.
All right.
It's interesting because I don't. You guys probably get the same vibe, but you drive around Toronto, and my kids in the car, and my wife. My wife has kind of maybe joined the scene a little later than I did. I was pretty early on, but I drive by King and Dufferin, and Saturday nights I would just go down there with my friends and just listen to right at 1 a.m. And I remember this wicked after hours in the basement of the Dempster's factory.
Yeah.
I mean, but so many memories, and the buildings look totally different now. Sometimes they're condos.
No, I know. Because some of my workers, because I work in the city and stuff, I drive around and I tell them I've been in every nook and cranny in this city, like parties. I've been in this building, and
So Russell, you're kind of back at it with this event coming up on Saturday. What was your motivation to do that?
Well, I mean, when John came and played at Wela that night, I mean, the way he plays, and I listened to a lot of his YouTube sets and stuff like that. And I mean, I mean, I have a playlist, and it basically says JaBig's. That's all it does. And that night, it just brought me back in the day, like in the '90s, when all the after hour parties and stuff like that, like the way he DJs and his selection and stuff like that. I mean, like you remember, like he used to say, you couldn't stop jacking all night long, I mean, like dancing and stuff like that, and that's how it was. And I was just like, this is sick. And then I remember I talked to Davison after that. I was like, yeah, we got to bring him back again. And obviously COVID hit and stuff like that, and John was doing his tour across North America and Europe and stuff like that. So, but we reached out to him. I think Davison reached out to him, and we were able to set it all up for October 12th this weekend.
John, let's chat with you from Montreal. Tell us a little bit about your journey into music, and how did that evolve and begin?
I guess my story. First of all, thank you for having me. And my story is pretty boring. I started DJing. I was in high school. And I was at a house party, and I was not dancing because I'm still shy, introverted in my corner. And the girl whose house it was, she told me, well, if you're just gonna stand there like a lamppost, at least take care of the music. and I took care of the music, and that's how the music, that's how that was my first set right there. It was in 1994, and then I realized that people always needed somebody to take care of the music, and that would be the only way I could hang out with the cool kids. And so for me, it was a task nobody wanted, until it seems like it always girls that had parties at school. Another told me, can you come DJ at my party? And I was like, DJ, what is that? It's the cool thing that you do. DJs are cool people and this and that. I'm like, oh, really? From now. And then after that, high school parties and everything that came with it, university. And, as a preacher's son, I told my parents, I'm done with university. I want to become a DJ.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Great.
Well, and my parents were like, oh, you want to be a big boy? You go out and do that, and then we'll see. So here we are, a good 25 years later.
Nice. Well done.
in the early days, when playing at those like parties, and then kind of learning the trade, I guess. What kind of music were you playing? Was it across the board? Was it house? Like, what was the sound?
In secondary school, I played mostly like whatever was on the radio.
Yeah.
I remember it was in the mid 90s, so there was this sound that I kept liking. I like the kick, and it was mainly remixes of Michael Jackson's. Like everyone would have like CDs and records, and on the B side, they tend to be these interesting remixes with like very interesting kicks, and I tend to play that. Later on, I learned that was called house music.
Oh.
So I started with the pop side of house music because it was the CNC Music Factory, the Morales, the Frank Knuckles that used to remix the pop stars, and by the way, all that happened when I used to live in Kenya, and then I moved to South Africa in my late teens, where then I got properly introduced to house music. And house music in South Africa is the way hip hop, it's a dominant music. Back then, I don't know what's going on right now, but at the time it was like deep house music that came. It was just years after the end of apartheid, so there were like deep house parties, and it was really the commercial music in South Africa.
Yeah.
So I got into that, and then when I moved to Montreal in my early 20s, I was into the music, and I got introduced to there was this track in the late 90s that came out by E-Man and John Cutler called "It's Yours."
Oh yeah.
And I really loved it
that was
so
a
much
big one, Una Moss back in the day.
Yeah.
So I did introduce myself to E-Man, and I told him I really like your song. Thank you so much. And we became like, we started chatting, with like exchange emails, because back in the days it was emails, and then one day my parents moved us to Montreal, and he told me, yeah, I'm gonna introduce you to some friends over there. It's Jojo Flores and his God Soul crew.
Yeah.
Take care of you. And literally, I landed, and within 2 weeks, I was a very busy DJ.
Journey into the night and take flight on a pursuit of musical bliss. Chasing beats through ghetto streets to a dungeonous temple left by our soul descendants in a quest for peace, energy, and light. If you were to find this temple, do you have the knowledge to enter the temple? Do you want it? And if you had it, would you flaunt it? Well, it's yours.
Flow this night and flow and soar into the world. Let the fire burn within you, hold it, now it's yours. If you feel it in your soul, follow the light of this world.
Acquiring entrance to the temple is hard but fair. Trek through God-forsaken elements because the reward is well worth the journey. Stay steadfast in your pursuit of the light. The light is knowledge. Do you want it? And if you had it, would you flaunt it? It's yours.
Flow this night and flow and soar into the world. Let the fire burn within you, hold it, now it's yours. If you feel it in your soul, follow the light of this world.
You've stayed true to your quest, so let the beauty that is the musical universe engulf you. Recharge your spirit, purify your mind, touch your soul, and give you the eternal joy and happiness you truly deserve. You now have the knowledge. Do you want it? And if you had it, would you flaunt it? Well, it's yours.
Flow this night and flow and soar into the world. Let the fire burn within you, hold it, now it's yours. If you feel it in your soul, follow the light of this world.
Well, it's yours.
You were born in Rwanda and had moved around a little bit. How much has that influenced your sound and you as a person? And arriving in Canada, I think you arrived in Canada 2002 or early 2000s, right? Yeah. So tell us about that, because that you've lived a unique life in a lot of ways and being in different parts of the world.
So I left my country really young. I left when I was 8.
Yeah.
So how much of that was it influenced by my sound? I have no idea. What I know is that it's mostly my parents' upbringing that influenced me a lot, because they introduced me to, first of all, I went to an international school, meaning everyone was from everywhere.
Okay.
To tell you how crazy it was, I was born in August, and during the summer holidays, I never really celebrated my birthdays because everyone was back abroad, where they came from, and then they would come
Yeah.
back. So, and it's through the many friends that were got introduced to music of the world. I mean, you'd go to the Congolese people, they're playing, they were playing like, sukus, and they're playing like, dombolo and everything. And then the next day you'd go to your Brazilian friends and they'd be playing like, the parents would be. It's funny because I always used to go into the parents' collections, not my friends' collections. That's one thing I remember. And I know because some parents would tell the kids to not let me go into the music collection.
Those records might go missing.
It's funny, I mean, it's mostly my because I come from a religious background. My dad is a church minister, and for us, the only music I knew was, church music.
Yeah.
And it's the boring church music, I mean, it's, because even though I'm a devout Christian, but I like hymns. For me, I like hymns because and the other music was not great, so I had to use my friends. I mean, and then of course my parents would not approve of my music at the time.
Yeah.
So I used to go to my friend's house and just listen to their parents' collection, and that's how I got introduced to music. And then, I mean, and then I would also do mixtapes for my my classmates, and it was the thing to do when you wanted to impress a girl. You'd make
That's right. Remember that.
or some friends of mine would tell me, hey, let's work something out, make me a mixtape that I can give to this girl that I like a lot.
Yeah, nice.
Then one day I got busted because it was my handwriting, and the girl recognized my handwriting and told me, thank you for the mixtape. It really meant a lot. And I was like, please don't tell the guy that he knows, because now you're starting to like me, but you're supposed to like him. I don't want to get punched.
Nice guy.
So and then so it's more like so my background. I mean, my background did not really play a role. It's more my nomadic lifestyle that played a big role, and that's mostly due to my parents moving us around, but also the nature of the country we come from. There was genocide, and we all had to flee, and for most, it wasn't all this moving around. It was not a holidays. It was more trying to find a better place to settle.
Survival in a lot of ways, I guess. Yeah,
and music was the ultimate escape.
Yeah.
And also, I come from a big family. I have 4 siblings, and one day I didn't like to do chores, but I realized that when I did chores, when I washed the dishes, that's the only time my parents let me play the music. I said, okay, from now on, I'm gonna play. I'm gonna wash dishes. Everyone was like, "What an idiot!" They said, "Okay." But then I would listen to music, and it'd be my own little world, and and for me, it was like a perfect escape.
Yeah, it's like when I clean the washroom, I have music on.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that too. Yeah.
Sometimes a glass of wine just to
get
through it all. So talking about your past, you had this rich sort of history of these interactions and meeting people, and that influenced you. And then you've been playing for a very long time. And then now that I understand that your online presence is pretty massive. Tell us about how that happened. Was that prior to COVID or during COVID, or a bit of both?
So I've been my sort of like I was on YouTube I started my channel in 2006.
Yeah. Oh, well,
but
so right
here. Yeah. I'm one of those. I was like a big YouTuber before YouTuber was a thing. I come from an era where the people in California, the YouTube, not the founders, but the big, sort of like the big management in Toronto used to message me, and then when it blew up, now I'm just like nobody, but way back when, it was, so I had a channel started in 2006, and I just used to post songs here and there, and on my own website, one day I realized that my web hosting fees were becoming too high. and I couldn't understand what was going on. And then I realized that people were, listening to my mixes from a website. Now the word is called streaming. So basically people were using a lot of bandwidth. So for those who don't understand, is if you own a website and a lot of people come to your website, somebody has to pay for all that internet that's streaming, and it's the customer that pays it, and the customer in that case it's me.
Yeah.
So it was starting to cost me, and I was not. For me, I had the mixes just as a, sample for booking agents around the world, so that they could see what I was all about.
Yeah.
And people were listening to my mixes, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. Actually, I never until one friend of mine told me, "Oh my goodness, that new mix you posted, it's so great." I'm like, "What mix on your website?"
Yeah.
Like, how do you even know about my website? I'm like, everyone at work listens to your mixes. So then I realized, okay, I can't take it down because it's it's flattering. I have an audience without leaving my house.
Yeah.
And one day I realized that you could embed YouTube content, like put it on YouTube and then put it on your website.
Yeah.
So basically you were leveraging, you were using YouTube's bandwidth, and
Yes.
it was a way of like, they allowed it. So what I did, I started putting my mixes online and then posting them on YouTube and then linking them to my website.
Right.
But then I started getting a lot of emails from people saying, "I love your music," and I'm like, okay, I know people from Montreal. I don't know them. It was mainly Americans and Italians. So I didn't understand. And then one day I went to my YouTube channel and I realized, oh my goodness, the mixes were getting a lot of views, streams, because, they're not really mixes. It's, just like my face and the audio file.
Yeah.
And we were getting a lot of views. And then within 6 months, it was, I was getting a lot of traction. And on New Year's, at around Christmas, two of my sisters were giving birth, and, were about to give birth, and I'd heard that classical music was good for children. So I did a 6-hour classical mix for my sisters.
Oh, wow.
For
Nice.
nephews. And I posted
Nice.
it. And then I went to DJ, and then when I went to New Year's Eve, I couldn't access my email because it was just spam, and I couldn't believe what was going on. And it turns out it was the comments from my YouTube channel saying, this is great. That mix went and hit 1 million quickly.
Wow.
And I realized, oh, this is really interesting. So I started feeding the machine, and here I am, 500 million views later, which translates to
Really?
even million,
Nice.
Something hours. Because the thing is that, my videos don't get a lot of views per se, but they get a lot of somebody will click and they will let it play.
Yeah.
I'm guilty. I'm guilty of that.
Does that translate into a paycheck for you too and all that? Does it monetize and all that?
No, people think that I'm a millionaire. If I'm a millionaire, I wouldn't be here right now. It should be somebody else talking on my behalf.
We'd like to think you would be here.
No. I would be, I'll probably be caught in some scandal that's catching up with all the celebrities, if you know what I'm saying. No, because I'm a DJ, so therefore I play other people's music. So it's other record labels and other artists for whom I've made a lot of money.
Get as brief as possible.
to Toronto on Saturday night, and we're looking forward to it. Tell us what you're planning. I mean, do you plan a vision of your set? Have you thought about it? So how does that work for you?
Well, Toronto, one of the reasons I don't play in Toronto is because Toronto scares me. You know, I'm very nervous because Toronto is a big, respected city, like in the house music community.
Yeah.
And it's not in New York. Americans they tend to have a bias with American music.
Yeah.
You know, like Chicago. I mean, and then within America, they'll have a bias within the city. So, for instance, if you go to New York, most of the time, if you play like the New York influence sounds, you're gonna be okay. If you go to Chicago, if you play whatever is, you know, it's gonna be fine. You go to London, you play, you know, some of the UK house. You know, they're pretty much predictable. Toronto is where things become complicated because everyone they listen to house music from everywhere.
Yeah.
And they're very discerning listeners, you know, and also I found that Toronto house music listeners they tend to be more sophisticated, so which is a way of saying it tends to be slightly high end, you know, and so and the last time I played in Toronto, yes, what they failed to mention, the party. One of the reasons the party was great, it was the same night when the Toronto Raptors won the. I was gonna say, whatever the world, you know, whatever the NBA championship.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. That's right.
I think that night I could have played classical music. It would have been fun.
No.
I mean, I'm kidding.
No. Come on.
I
kidding.
was witness.
I left with a drenched shirt. So yeah, it was a good night.
Yeah. So, which means that I have no idea what to play in Toronto. Because usually I know what to play in London, and I know what to play in London at the party in one side of London and this and that. Yeah. Toronto, I have no idea. So what I'm coming is with an open mind, and I'm just going to adapt. So for the first half an hour, very quickly, I'm gonna have to figure out what is it that works with Toronto, you know. And worst case scenario, the beautiful thing about having a YouTube channel and having a big audience is that sometimes people just want to hear some of the tracks I play on my YouTube channel.
For sure.
You know, which is strange because some of the songs that are big on my YouTube channel, I just like them. They were never big anywhere else, but they've become sort of like anthem within my fan base. And sometimes people will even message me and say, "You didn't play that song." I'm like, okay, but I just liked it for me, you know.
Yeah.
So that's my plan B. If I find that, oh my goodness, this is hectic, I'm just gonna play the hits on my YouTube channel. Otherwise, what I'm trying to get at is like, you know, since Toronto is very open-minded, we're just gonna go to, you know, it's just gonna be a give and take, you know, from the energy of the crowd. I'm going to adapt. How, you know, so I'm ready. I have all my sounds from, you know, from the 90s, like, you know, the piano stuff, all the way to the deep house and, you know, to the soulful and even the Afro stuff.
Nice.
You know,
nice.
I'm not really, even though I'm African and this and that, but the whole Afro thing is not really my cup of tea, you know. So I tend to be more, you know, they're like, we love percussions. I'm like, well, I grew up with that, so, you know, it's, you know, I tend to like more the vocals, the pianos, or the Dino and Terry, because I'm a big Dino and Terry fan, like fan. So, so actually, my deep house sound, believe it or not, all the way from South Africa, is influenced by Dino and Terry, because a lot of they just, you know, if you listen to some of the, I mean, my favorite track of theirs is called Spa, and it's these long tracks, very melodic with lots of instrument, and they take the time, and it's influenced my mixing. So, and then of course you have Tyrone, you know, who, like, you know, I like I like his kicks and the vocals. It's very minimalistic, but very also it's very punchy. So if you take Dino and Terry and Tyrone, I mean, and then of course there's, like, you know, Nick Holder and Abacus, you know, and all of them. They're all different, and this is the problem in Toronto. It's like everyone is out there doing their own little thing. Whereas, for instance, there's the Jersey sound, there's the New York sound, there's the Chicago sound. Toronto does not have a sound because everyone is just so independent, and that's a reflection of the audience where you have no idea where to go. So right now I'm sweating bullets, but
I think you'll do fine.
I've already prepared my excuses. You know, I'm gonna.
By the way,
you don't have to do it.
All the cats you mentioned there, I've invited them all. So.
I mean, you didn't have to tell me that.
No pressure. No pressure.
You didn't have to tell me that because now I'm gonna forget how to beatmix.
I think though you hit the nail on the head with Toronto. we're a very international city. I think everybody's from somewhere else. Makes us. I think we're the most diverse city in the world. Actually, I think I can say that with confidence, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, global beats, and I know where the places I play. That's my go-to because, I'm even dropping stuff like Persian kind of melodic house and Punjabi house and like, Afro house and then the UK kind of stuff coming in, and that's the audience in Toronto, and I think the house scene's pretty diverse too. It has diversified, I think, even over the years, even more so. So I think you nailed the head. I think you're moving in the right direction.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. Wrote to Davidson for you and Russell to give us the details about Saturday tickets, location, time, etc. What's the 411?
Okay. So Saturday, October 12th, 2024, Thanksgiving weekend. Basically, we've got a rundown of myself starting off the party from 9:30 to about maybe, we'll see. I'm not going to say how long I'm going to play for, but I'm going to start off the night. And I'm going to be doing percussion, of course, playing a lot of like stuff that's reminiscent of the 90s, in my opinion, but brand new. I think the way to get that vibe back is to play stuff that has that energy, but like brand new, great, great mixes, great new instrumentation in the music. I mean, a lot of great music because of the technology of today. You can hear the quality difference, and I think if you have the vision and a respect for a reverence for the past, you can make some really great stuff, and I've been collecting a lot of it. So I hope to be sharing a lot of that and doing some percussion sets in the mix, warming up the floor for the man known as JaBig. And by the time he gets on, everybody will be nice and ready for him. That's the game.
Excellent. And Russell,
That's it.
Russell,
Yes.
ticket information, location.
Davison is more well versed in that because he's been the one who's been setting most of this up. Unfortunately.
No worries. So basically, we're at Casablanca, which is 1108 Dundas West at Ossington. And you can get tickets on Eventbrite. Currently, what's happening now is before 11 o'clock on Saturday, we're charging $30 at the door, and then after that, it most likely is going to go up. You might be looking at a 40 or so after that. You can still get advance tickets. They're going for $25 right now. The first tier was sold out about a week or so ago. And so you can get $25 tickets still right now on Eventbrite. We're on Facebook. If you look up JaBig Thanksgiving Long Weekend. Also on Instagram, if you look up dConcept. On Instagram, you'll find more information on that. So Instagram, Facebook, we're on, what is that site called again?
Which one's that?
Food Socially? What's that one again, David?
Foodzacology.
Foodzacology, I always forget. Yeah, so there's that. And then we're also on blog.to.
Yeah.
A number of those promotional sites. I think Now Magazine as well, the online. So you can find us definitely on Eventbrite, and looking forward to a great night.
And we'll post the ticket link right on the Move in the Right Direction radio link so that people can just click.
Great. Great, thank you.
And give away to your listeners too.
All right, let's do that. Let's do a skill testing question because we got to make people work for this. So let me throw to Russell. Think of a question that can not challenge people too much.
Is the question have to do? Does the question have to do with something that we said or mentioned in the interview, or is it just?
I usually do that. I usually kind of drop some hints and then I give a question.
Okay.
That's related to what we just talked about. So, people, if you're listening really hard, get yourself a pair of tickets.
I would say I guess name one of the after hour spots that I promoted back in the 90s.
Wicked. Okay, so here in this audience, Name, we spoke about it at the beginning of the interview. This is live radio, so you can't go back and rewind. You missed it. Too bad. But if you know Russell, you're a friend of Russell's or an acquaintance, or you just know about his parties back in the day, name one of the spots that he threw a party at. Hint, downtown Toronto. That's all I can say.
Yes.
If I could, I'd like to add another one to that.
Sure.
One of the two countries that JaBig lived in before Canada.
Yes, we did talk.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
So before Canada, there were two countries that he lived in.
Okay, so we got two questions. So name a spot Russell threw his jams at back in the day. And if you're a regular listener to the show, most of you have probably been to some of those spots because I know a lot of the old school crew does tune in. And the country, one of the countries that JaBig has lived in, give me a shout on Move in the Right Direction Radio Facebook, or direct message me at David James. And the worst person who gets both those questions, get yourself a pair of tickets, complimentary. And really going to be an amazing event. Really cool to bring in DJs that don't get to play here a lot. And also, I know JaBig sound. Your sound is very unique and fresh, and you got to keep us on our toes. You know, you like to go over the place a little bit with house. And so I think that's really exciting from a DJ to another DJ. I think that's important for me personally, for sure. So once again, Casablanca this Saturday. Ticket information is on the Move in the Right Direction Facebook page. You get to win a pair of tickets. Once again, the two questions are: name an event space or party or warehouse or loft that Russell was events in back in the day, and then name one country JaBig has lived in.
Other than Canada.
Other than Canada.
Other than Canada. Yes.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, Russell.
Thank you.
JaBig,
Thank you.
And Davidson, dConcept. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks.
From the roots up, CIUT 89.5 FM, Toronto.
There we go at JaBig's in town this Saturday night at Casablanca. Tickets, once again, to be given away. Skill testing questions. If you forgot or can't remember or you're confused or all the above, two questions. Where has JaBig lived besides Canada? What country? And name a couple of spots, one spot where Russell has thrown his jams back in the days. Downtown Toronto, warehouse party, loft parties, etc. First person who direct messages me at Facebook, David James, you win. Up next, let's get into the music. MC Flipside, brand new, Rovito and Nolan. It goes like this on a Thursday morning.
Don't let them break you, unmotivate you. Go come in peace. Heed every word that I speak. Release. Seek. Release. Seek. I need some peace.
blinded by the stars. Heaven held a hologram and held it to our hearts. We held our bones together, the constellations cried. No one had to speak with words and silence never tried. To say that love is furious, say that love is blind. To say there's no forever, to say we never tried. We were blind, I swear we were blind. No time for complications. I've had enough, I've had enough. No need to be so complicated. I'm lost in the shadow of love. In the shadow of love. In the shadow of love. The cherubs sing our lullaby, healing all our scars. Heaven held a hologram and held it to our hearts. The roses cloaked in crimson, captured in the light. Our silent eyes stayed patient, patient in the night. I swear we were blind. We're going nowhere fast, with nowhere left to go. We're going nowhere fast, with nowhere left to go. No time for complications. I've had enough, I've had enough. No need to be so complicated. I'm lost in the shadow of love.
Big tune released last week from out of Germany, Shadow of Love. Love it, that kind of retro feel, but feeling like a 2024 jam for sure. Up next, Age of Love, total classic, reworked for 2024. It goes like this.
with me, move your body, dance with me, move your body, dance with me, move your body, your legs a bit. Come on, dance with me, 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 come on, dance
Up next, music from Timo Maas, the legend, off that 20th anniversary compilation series. Part number 4 just released recently from Systemic Recordings, and Timo Maas with a track called Cruzo do Fronteiras. Before that, Age of Love, classic rave anthem, more in a new disco situation for 2024. Nice remix there. Let's get back into it. finished hearing a couple tracks from the KMS label out of Detroit. We heard in the background right now music from Richard Huber, a track called Chorus. Before that, Time Cube and Tunnel, once again off a brand new compilation from KMS, legendary Detroit techno label. Coming up next, we have a world radio premiere right here in this radio show. Adam Bear continues to push the techno boundaries with his diverse elements while staying to the true genre, the true sound of techno music. He has a new EP out to be released tomorrow digitally worldwide at all your favorite digital outlets. New EP called Don't Go, out October 11th. We're going to play some tracks off that right now. There's two tracks in particular. Once again, Adam Bear, Drum Code. And this one is called Don't Go, up next. Brand new.
we drop it on the off on the line. One time lyrics, they must stick on your mind. Proper bass line, I go proper and provide. My MC super, I go dapper on the right. Go dapper on the right. Go dapper on the right. Sometime, can you feel the pressure does unwind? Sometime, and through the day and through the night. Sometime, you can make a pressure does unwind. Sometime, it's for your spirit and your mind. That's how we drop it on the up on the line. One time lyrics, they must stick on your mind. Proper bass line, I go proper and provide. My MC super, I go dapper on the right. Go dapper on the Enter in the dance, plug it in and we begin. Crowd up in the center, they watch with the rhythm. Watch the way we drop it in a mix time. Rise and amplifying when we come in with this swing. Just following the pattern, naturally harmonizing. Climb into position, we synchronize it. Live from outer ghetto, we maximize it. Sound of the groove, mother, we super styling. 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 Super styling. Sometime, can you feel the pressure does unwind? Sometime, and through the day and through the night. Sometime, you can make a pressure does unwind. Sometime, it's for your spirit and your mind.
The sounds of Groove Armada. Yes, super styling 2024 style broken beat bass business on a Thursday morning. Keep it locked. We're going to get a little more melodic and slow things down just a little bit as we groove and move on this Thursday morning. The sounds of Book of Shade, Gab Ram, and Jan Blomqvist on the vocals. Track called The Sun. Up next, brand new music from LF System.
I know the way you made me feel. You just had to be mine, darling. I know we can make it real. By that look in your eyes, I'll make it simple. Love me just a little, meet me in the middle. I'll make it simple. Love me just a little, meet me in the middle. Meet me in the middle. I know the way you made me feel. You just had to be mine, darling. I know we can make it real. By that look in your eyes, I'll make it simple. Love me just a little, meet me in the middle. I'll make it simple. Love me just a little, meet me in the middle. In the middle. I'll make it simple. Love me just a little, meet me in the middle. In the middle. I'll make it simple. Love me just a little, meet me in the middle. Meet me in the
Absolutely brilliant on a Thursday morning. Justice, never ending. We're going to end off the show with a very special treat. Rochelle Fleming coming to town, the vocalist of First Choice, original disco, rare groove, funk soul. Rochelle Fleming performing live, the voice of First Choice alongside Dave Campbell, Albert Assoon, Chico Yu, DJ Yogi, as part of the Twilight Zone reunion party, the annual Twilight Zone reunion party every Thanksgiving, happening at Revival Saturday, October 12th. Up next, First Choice, Rochelle Fleming, remixed by Ian Carey, Armed and Dangerous. Yes, what a fantastic way to end the show. Rochelle Fleming once again performing live at Revival this Saturday night, 10 p.m. start. Twilight Zone reunion featuring Chico Yu, Dave Campbell, Yogi, Albert Assoon, all presented by the Assoon Brothers. Thanksgiving long weekend in effect. Don't forget JaBig from Montreal at Casablanca Saturday night, alongside dConcept. Shout out to Russell and crew. Thank you so much for tuning in. Up next, Democracy Now! See you next week.